Hello all, myself Ayush Arora and I am your author for this course Ethical Hacking, and we are on our fourth chapter called as scanning. In previous chapter we discussed about footprinting and reconnaissance, like how you will get the information about your target, your website or your server. So before starting any penetration testing or security testing, you need to gather all the information of your target. So footprinting and reconnaissance was the chapters which basically I showed you about how you will get all the informations before starting the penetration testing. So in this chapter we will start with the scanning, how you are going to scan your target, your server. So in this chapter we will discuss about what are the tools you will use for the scanning and how you will find out what are the ports are open on those servers, how you are going to monitor the TCP/IP connections, and I will also give you a basic introduction about the Nmap, which is a very big tool for the network scanning. So let's start with scanning a network. So let's say in your organization you are a security tester or a penetration tester, and they have given you some list of IPs of the servers to test their security features. So first of all you want to know what are the hosts are alive or not, and so that you will narrow down your target. Let's say if there are 10 servers they have given you, and in which 6 are down and 4 are up, so you will do your scanning on only on 4 of them. So to check those servers which are up and running, so in ping, as I told you in footprinting, you can use the ping utility also, but sometimes ping utility will not work if your firewall is blocking it. If the server is still up and running and if your firewall is blocking it, your ping will not go. So to check those servers, you will use a tool called as advanced IP scanner. I'll show you a quick demo of it. So let's say uh, there are 5 IPs, 5 servers they have given, like from 100 to 105, and if you will scan it, so as you can see there are in my network 2 systems are up and running. These are their IPs which are running, and netboy's name is this, work group is this, and their MAC address is this, and it will also show you if any username is there or not. So it will take some time for the scanning, but it will give you all the information which you need to check if the server is alive or not, and what are the basic information about those servers. So this tool is very helpful in getting the basic information about the servers in your network. So let's move to our next topic, which is fingerprinting the open ports. So basically what are the ports? As you can see, IPs are used for the communication between the 2 systems, but if you are transmitting any data or your application is transmitting any data, so that data will transmit to a port number. So let's say if you're browsing any internet connection, you're browsing the internet, so port 80 should be open, that is the HTTP port. Or if you're transferring any file from a system to another system, so port number 21 FTP port should be open, then only you will be able to transfer the ports, transfer the data. So if a server is up and running, so it should be having some ports which is open, which basically the function for its functionality. So let's say if a server is running in your network, and it has some ports open because of its functionality. So let's say if a server is used for a file share, if it is only using for sharing of the files between your organization, so its FTP port 21 should be open. But if you found out the port 80 is also open on that server, so that may cause a problem, because it is having internet connection, and an attacker can also steal your files from that server. So if a server is used only as a file share in your organization, so it should only be having the port 21 to be open, not the other ports to be open, which can be used by an attacker and can basically get into your server. So to scan those servers, you can use the Nmap. So let me show you a quick demo of how Nmap works. So let's say you are giving the target 3.1.100 to 105. In my network there are 5 IPs. So if you're doing a scan on those IPs, it will show you the open ports which are available on those servers, and it will also show you what are the services that are running on those ports, the applications which are running on those ports. So I will select the intent scan all TCP ports, let it do the scan. So by this tool, as you can see, we will be able to know what are the open ports in any server. So you can easily check these are the ports and these are the services basically which are running on those servers. Nmap comes with lot of features. You can also check for the services running on those, and you can also check for the basically firewall bypassing also you can do with Nmap. If your firewall is blocking you, so you can also bypass the firewall. So most of the attacker uses this tool for the network attacks. Same, the security professionals also uses this tool to get into the system and check up to how deep you can get into your network. So it has lots of features and lots of switches. So by providing the switches, you can do the custom scanning, and also you can schedule it to your regular scannings, and you can also generate the reports from it, and you can show it to your higher management. So this is a very big tool. We will discuss into deep about this tool in our next chapter, which is the enumeration. So this is the simple overview of how Nmap works. So let's move to our next topic, which is monitoring the TCP/IP connections. See, as a security professional point of view, if you are doing this security testing for your organizations, so it is not like every day you will do the security testing. You will also be the administrator of your own servers, and you also have to keep monitoring, like if there should not be any unauthorized TCP/IP connections which is already made by the attacker. So if there is any unauthorized connection in your server and you are not aware of it, so they can steal your information from your servers, right? So you need to monitor your servers, and you need to kill all the unauthorized connections from that server. So to do the monitoring, we use the tool called as the C port, or you can also say that the cur port. So cur port, what it gives you, it gives you all the processes that is running in your machine, and what is the protocol it is using. It is using TCP or UDP, what port basically it is using, and this will be your IP, source IP, and this will be your remote IP from where it is connecting to. So basically you need to check all these IPs, the remote IPs it is connecting to. If any of these IPs you don't know, or it is outside of your organization, so you need to check if this IP is legitimate or not. So if you check this IP and you found out that this is a malicious IP, or you can say outside world attackers IP, so you can just right click and kill the process. So it will kill all the process of it. So by this you can also close all the processes which you do not find as a legitimate, which are running in your environment. So this is a very good tool to monitor all your connections which is going through your servers to the outside world. So by this you can do the monitoring and kill all the unwanted processes. So that's all for this chapter, and we discussed about how you're going to scan your network for the open ports and the services which are running using the Nmap. I showed you basic commands of Nmap, and how you're going to monitor the TCP/IP connections from your servers, and how you are going to kill them. In next chapter we will discuss about the enumeration, and we will also discuss Nmap in deep, like how you are going to scan your network in a stealthy mode, and how you will get more information from your network using only your IP addresses and from your remote machines. So that's all for this chapter. Thank you.